the 2012 growing season was a terrible season for many people. We had drought, we had high temperatures, we had low harvest. It was a hard one for a lot of people, and I started to see these things crop up myself. Well, it looks like most people have had a chance to click on this, and we're pretty even. Slightly more folks, 48% of you, have heard of this happening, of no product. Of course, half of you have never heard of that. Okay. Maybe we all heard of the same 2 or 3 farms. It's possible, but it could be that this is starting to occur. So that's really my first horror story, and this happened to me. This happened to me last year in October. I got a call from a CSA customer in a large urban area. She had never received any product after buying a CSA share, and she was asking me if she could sue the farmer in small claims court. Now, I got to tell you right away, I said, I'm sorry, this is not what I do. But it was really interesting to hear that had cropped up. We don't know, I don't know exactly what happened in that scenario, but I can imagine that the farmer had a really hard season, had a really hard time getting anything in the ground, and this customer probably didn't feel comfortable talking with the farmer, and so went ahead and was going to file a suit in small claims court. Now, of course, the farmer is going to be upset that the customer didn't talk to that person, didn't bring up the problem. So maybe the farmer is going to go ahead and try to fight it in small claims court because it just doesn't feel right that this is happening. Well, then the question becomes, is that person going to win? Is the customer going to get his or her money back? When we think of CSA, we think of this as accepting the risk of a decreased harvest. That's what most of us think of when we bought into the CSA concept. So what's going to happen? Will she win? Kind of the legal aspects of that are, let's say we have Farmer Jill and customer Sandy, and they're standing in court and they're presenting their sides of the situation. Sally is saying, I bought a grocery bag worth of vegetables per week. And Jill is saying, no, I sold shared risk and reward. Well, if we're standing in court, we're relying on memory and allegations and our understanding of what CSA means. So maybe we'll win. Maybe the farmer will win in this case because CSA is shared risk and reward. But my question is, does it matter? Does it matter who wins if our community is having to go through court and going through the time and the expense and, importantly, the loss of reputation that all farmers will suffer when this happens? My suggestion is that we try to prevent these kinds of things from happening by using really clear written CSA member agreements. Now, from a legal perspective, this is really important because this becomes evidence in a court about exactly what was bought and sold. But more importantly, a written agreement is going to shape accurate expectations. And as I say it, this is where you lay the groundwork for a good relationship. False expectations, I think, are a bigger problem in CSA than anyone who's actually unsatisfied with kohlrabi or too much kale. If they would have known that was the case,